Nullaeus is certainly no Kaiveza, but his white swings hit really frickin' hard. So I'll give a quick guide on how I completed this encounter on question mark difficulty and got Hall of Fame. Let's start with my initial thoughts and we'll go from there. And to be frank, I think this one was a bit of a letdown compared to Kaiveza. Kaiveza felt like a mythic type fight, and this one doesn't exactly do that. Mechanically, this fight wasn't complex, and it really came down to interrupting a critical cast and then using your defensives to live through unavoidable damage. It was also critical to time Valeera's healing orbs correctly too. If you didn't do that, you were just on the floor. And I did this at item level 248 with Valeera at level 20, and it only took me 4 attempts. I had a couple sloppy mistakes with managing my defensives early on, but when I fixed that, it wasn't too bad. You must run her in a healer specialization to be able to live this encounter. And I equipped her with Mantle of Stars and Time Lost Edict. Mantle of Stars provided an additional buffer defensively if things got spicy, and Time Lost Edict just provided slightly better uptime on defensives. And that's really it. I chose to run this talent build. It does pick up Radiant Glory and AoE nodes, and it really came down to the fact that this fight wasn't really a DPS check, so I built around having cooldowns up almost at any point. And so if I needed a cooldown, I had one in just a couple seconds. And there are 2 points in this fight where add damage is critical, and I didn't really want to skimp out there, because if you mess up those areas, you're dead. I did grab Sanctify instead of Judgment of Justice because it did make those add waves just a bit easier, but you can really pick what you want here. Let's talk strategy. Nullaeus has 2 casts, Emptiness of the Void and Devouring Essence. You absolutely must kick Emptiness of the Void, and Valeera is just going to auto-dispel Devouring Essence. During the encounter, purple beams are going to glide across the room, and they're going to add some area denial and ground effects, so don't stand in that. One note here though is you can briefly dip into it to grab a health potion, but it's a little risky and I wouldn't always encourage it. Otherwise, he's going to phase at 75%, 50%, and 25% health. The first intermission is a group of 2 Razorshell Ravagers, and they won't really do much. They apply a nasty bleed and they jump around a little bit. So don't let them jump on you, and you're probably going to want to use Blessing of Protection here to negate damage from them. Otherwise, keep steady damage on these enemies and CC them as needed. A good Hammer of Justice cast every now and again will go a long way. At 50%, you're going to fight a wave of ticks. These apply yet again another nasty debuff, and it does stack up pretty quickly. I used Divine Shield here as sort of a get out of jail free. I didn't want to use a defensive here, and if I managed my stacks better, I probably could have. But Divine Shield worked. It did the job. After this phase, a Void Orb is going to move around the room. It's got a slight gravity effect that's going to drag you towards it. Just don't get sucked into it, and make sure you position accordingly. It can put you in some tight spots, but just be ready to use your Divine Steed if needed. The 25% intermission is the most challenging, but not for the reason you'd expect. An Enslaved Voidcaster is going to appear in the center of the encounter space, and he primarily casts Shadow Bolt, but every now and again he's also going to cast Shadow Crash. So what we're going to do, we interrupt the Shadow Bolt as often as possible, and then just dodge the effect from Shadow Crash. He will also apply Curse of Hesitation, and this is really just a move speed slow, nothing too fancy here, just use Blessing of Freedom to remove the debuff and move on. And depending on your DPS, this Ogre is still going to be active when Nullaeus becomes attackable again. And that's where it gets a bit tricky. You're going to want to save your interrupt to be ready to interrupt Emptiness of the Void instead of Shadow Bolt. So what's going to happen here is you're going to take extra Shadow Bolt damage in combination with Nullaeus' auto attacks, and it can be a little rough. So what I did is I used Drums of the Void and a DPS potion to help get through this part of the fight. The faster you're through this and the faster the Ogre is dead, the better and safer it's going to be. And the biggest key piece of this encounter is managing your health. As long as you do that and respond to the other mechanics, Nullaeus is going to fall over. So I'll stress, focus on living and the rest is going to come. So I want to show the whole VOD here, but before I do, I wanted to give a big thank you to our patrons. They make creating this content possible, and if you would like to support the channel further, the best place to do it is Patreon. As a member, you gain access to things like log reviews, UI support, blog updates, Jesir radio, and more. In the meantime, best of luck with Nullaeus, and have a great time in Season 1. Enjoy the VOD.